Alpine, and I'm head of product at Hutch. Hutch is a mobile game developer and publisher. We're about 90 people now, based in Shoreditch in central London, and we've been going about 9 years, and I've been there for 8 of those years. I think in terms of sort of work experience at Hutch, I mean, in a way, the whole company is very, there's a sort of hands-on, sort of self-starting kind of ideology that runs through the company, and I think that would, I think that would be reflected, and that we'd want somebody to sort of come in and actually experience sort of real work and kind of get stuck into the games. From a design role, which is my area, I think there's probably two sides. One would be what we call live ops, so that we have 3 live games in the market. Each of those games has a number of sort of events and sort of multiplayer competitions running within that game, and that is a live calendar that is always needing kind of new ideas, fresh ideas. And so I think there's definitely scope that somebody could come in, look at what's worked, what hasn't worked, coming up with ideas for new events, kind of designing them, implementing them, and then a big part of it would be then sort of engaging or speaking to our community team, sitting down with them and figuring out sort of how do we sort of communicate this particular event out to the players, and then once it's gone live, sort of looking at the data that's coming back, seeing how people are sort of enjoying it, participating in it, and then potentially sort of feeding that into future ideas. I think the other side, and this would depend on timing, is if it's right, there could be scope to kind of get involved in some feature design within one of the games. So, for example, yeah, if there's a new feature that's required by one of the games or sort of scheduled to go in, then I think it would be great for somebody to sort of, again, look at the game, understand the game, generate some ideas for that, speaking to the other designers or the game director on the team, and sort of create a design, and then potentially work with the artists and the programmers to actually kind of get that built, playable, and sort of then test it on the studio. We do a lot of testing, kind of internal and external. So it'd be great for somebody to come in and just go through that process, try a piece of content out in the whole studio, and get all that feedback to refine the idea and hopefully finalize the design. In terms of myself getting into the industry, I was at school. I was always loved kind of maths and physics, and also kind of art and design and that side of it. Went on to do a course at university called Product Design Engineering, which was very much a blend as well. It was half mechanical engineering, half industrial design. And then just got quite lucky with my timing, in that Sony and PlayStation, their London office was looking for designers, but they wanted people from outside the industry, and sort of product industrial design was on their list. So it was a little bit of kind of right place, right time. Got in and then did the usual, went through the kind of junior, middleweight, senior, lead, and then left Sony to kind of explore the startup world, and I've been there ever since. I think advice in terms of, for me, getting into the industry, it definitely feels like you've got to follow your interest. I know that's a bit cheesy, it probably gets said a lot, but I just put so much weight in that, and finding that thing that you just love to do sort of anyway. I think if you're interested in the games industry, it's about looking, or sort of understanding all the different roles and which one best fits your passion, and then really just building out kind of skills and experience. And that doesn't need to be within a company, although that is great as well. But there are so many tools available nowadays. So design side is maybe slightly different from art and code. I think a lot of it, occasionally sort of get people to think it's just about coming up with ideas, but actually so much of it is about the why. So kind of why a particular idea makes sense, why is it going to kind of appeal and delight players, and then also the how. And I think that's when the kind of analytical sort of systemic design side of things comes into it. So that's a big part. Yeah, that's really it. But I think if, as I was saying before, I think if somebody likes that combination of sort of pure creativity but then sort of analytical thinking and problem solving. I'm not sure I could sort of recommend the role highly enough, because it's a great industry, and yeah, wish you all the best of luck.